Lost Irish. Lost. Who's lost? I'm lost.
We're all lost.
It's all good. I found the booze. All right.
Well, welcome back to another Wednesday Whiskey Review from your boys at the Buffalo Happy Hour. Today we have a newer Irish whiskey called Lost Irish. It's not found. Well, I guess it is found. It's right here. But it's lost.
It's lost and found, and we run the lost and found, which means we're drinking responsibly. We just had the founder, Tim, on for a interview. So if you're interested in listening to that, we recorded it and published it, I guess is a word for it, on our YouTube channel, which you can find at Buffalo Happy Hour on YouTube. We recorded it
right here.
Or right there. We recorded it in Addie's tasting room. Addie's, thank you for allowing us to use your tasting room to perform that interview with the founder, Tim, but also for sponsoring this week's episode of our Wednesday Whiskey Review. So if you are not familiar by now, Addie's is a local liquor store located in Williamsville, New York, just north of Buffalo. They have an in-house wine sommelier as well as a app to download on Google App, Play Store, Playground thing, and the Apple App Store. And you can check their inventory, and if you are enjoying the privilege of being a resident of New York State, they can ship you spirits right to your door. So if you are interested, feel free to swing over to Addie's and grab a bottle of Lost Irish and drink it with us, and you're only going to support a good cause. There may or may not be 10%. In this case, if there's not, then you're just helping support a small business. So that's exciting. But moving on to company background, Derek.
So the man who was on our podcast a couple weeks ago at this point, his name is Tim. He's a great dude. He came right from Ireland. He now lives in New York City. He discusses his whole story and more company background, distillery background in depth during the actual interview. So if you want to hear more about his story and also a cool book that he wrote about the best bars in Ireland.
Yeah,
sick.
I love how we just randomly drop that like it's a normal Tuesday.
Yeah, it's awesome. So if you want to hear more of that, go check out that interview. It'll be linked up here in the bottom of the description and then also at the end of this video. So click on that one of those ways and go listen to it. But basically, Tim started this distillery a couple years ago to create a unique Irish whiskey that will really leave an impression on virtually everybody that tries it. It's very unique in the way that they do that. Lost Irish is truly living up to its name, taking 3 different Irish whiskeys and aging it in 6 different barrels from 6 different continents. The whiskey ages a grain whiskey, which adds a sweetness to it, a malty whiskey, which adds fruitiness, and then a pot still whiskey, which adds a creaminess and a spice to the whiskey blend, which is a very interesting combination. Again, all of this is in this one bottle. The whiskey is then aged in 6 different barrels from 6 different continents. The first one is a South African brandy, then a Japanese Muzanara, a Europe sherry cask, a bourbon cask, a Caribbean rum cask, an Australian tawny cask, and a Colombian rum cask. So they're basically putting their product into these different barrels, blending them all together super scientifically. And one thing that I'm super proud of, because we did obviously already try this before when we were interviewing Tim, it's very interesting to see how well they blended everything to where the flavor notes are coming through. You can taste the sherry cask. You can taste the Caribbean rum cask. It's very fascinating.
What? Hold on. Start from the top. Where are these from again?
South Africa.
What?
Japan.
What?
Europe.
What?
America.
What?
Australia.
What?
And Colombia.
What? Let's go, dude. This is insane. That's a first. I don't think we've ever had a whiskey that was a part of so many different places at once. I'm ecstatic to really dive into this and review it because we had a little teaser sip during the interview, and it was super enjoyable.
It was in plastic, though, so let's see how glass interacts with this. But first, let's hit label branding on the head as opposed to the tail.
Okay. Pause. The few things on this bottle, ladies and gentlemen, I need your ears, and I need you to listen and enjoy this.
In their eyes, they're watching on YouTube. They're not stupid.
This art in motion, okay? This glass is green, all right?
Green bottles matter.
The label is orange to let it pop. There's an actual elevated ridge on the top of this bottle, so when you grip it, your hand stops naturally. Outstanding. Normal cork, real cork, with an absurd amount of research conducted to ensure the highest and finest of qualities of cork to be used to ensure you're getting that sound every single time. You know what I'm talking about. This one. Outstanding.
Again, you can hear more on that. Mike isn't making this up. We're not paid by this company. We just interview them.
They have literally 4 or 5 employees total.
Yeah. So, no joke, there was actual research to make that pop noise. We're not making this up.
Yeah, Tim's a savage. The lettering on the bottle is raised. All right. And then
white.
it's also white, which is redonkulous. I don't understand how you do that. Literally. We asked him so many questions about sustainability. Like, how do you duplicate this for years to come? Because it's their flagship product. It's enjoyable. So how does that look like? Guys, it's a really good interview. And girls, it's a really good interview. Highly suggest listening to it. But anyways, label branding on all things considered. Oh, we didn't even talk about the bottle on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So there's lettering there that you can or cannot read. But it's on there.
Yeah, it says, get lost, stay lost. That's their motto.
Outstanding.
I love
so A plus check.
Plus.
Plus. A plus check plus.
Yeah.
Label
Pressing
branding.
that 5 times fast.
That's right. Nose. A lot of wood sugars and a lot of different you smell the rum. You smell the rum.
You smell so much with this.
There's fruit.
You get that first, it hits you with that typical Irish whiskey smell. That fainty, malty, honey, fresh grain, bright, nice smell.
And fig.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of fig in this.
And then
how many fig Newtons can you eat?
Yeah, I haven't tried in a while. You want to try right now?
Dude, we need to do that challenge.
A fig Newton challenge?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Right after our saltine challenge. So you're getting some of those fig characteristics. You're getting the rum finish. You're also getting some grapes and some of that sherry cask getting intertwined into that nose. The wood sugars, I'm thinking, probably comes from the bourbon barrels because that's obviously a lot of sugar from there. Have you ever had Australian tawny?
No.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
Last time I went to Australia, I had Jameson because it was 2017. I was not prepared. I didn't dive into whiskey until 2019.
Well, I don't even know what Australian tawny is.
18, 19.
Australian
Not
tawny.
any derogatory
wine.
digs at Jameson, by the way. I'm just saying that's where I was in my whiskey world. Chill.
It's a wine. Tawny is a wine.
Okay, perfect. So it's finished in that barrel.
So that makes sense why you're getting it's a dark red wine. Same with sherry. So that's probably why you're getting a lot of those like plum, cherry, dark.
The tannins.
Yeah, smell to it too.
Nose is enjoyable. I'm going to go A.
There's like an initial and an ending part of your nose too.
We'll talk about it offline.
Right. Yeah, I'll go A. Yeah, let's go A.
A.
Okay. Initial taste?
Initial taste. It's soft.
You're getting that same Caribbean rum finish that you get for that Balvenie, which is one of my favorite tasting notes in a malted product.
This is an interesting experience because when you drink this, it's very soft. It's like double filtered water in someone's house.
They triple distill it. That's probably why.
Yeah, but it's as soft. Well, right, but it's like as soft as water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, because generally with whiskey, you get like a burn or something crazy. This is so soft and pleasant. And then you remember on the back end of the initial taste, there's just a little bit of a kick. And it's like, hey, still here. It's like the initial phase of pins and needles. And then you're sitting there thinking, I'm going to get drunk drinking this. And I need to be smart. But it's so smooth, you don't want to do that. You just want to keep a guzzling. I feel like you reach a point where you start drinking this and you're lost. And by the time you're done drinking, you found yourself.
It's Lost Irish.
Probably because you're hammered.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Get lost, stay lost, bro.
It's 80 proof, 40 ABV.
Yeah, so it's not going to kill you.
It's relax. It's not going to kill us.
It might kill you.
It's not going to kill us. Everything in moderation. There's people on different levels. It's okay. But if you're trying to get to a tier 1 level of drinking, 80 proof is a little soft.
Mm-hmm.
However, when it comes to the American market, 80 proof to 86 proof is the perfect window to move the most amount of product. Yeah. And I'm sure at this point, Tim might have done a little bit of market research to figure out the proof point that makes sense for his product. That's a flagship.
Well, that too. And if you are a whiskey person and you have a very high proof product and you add just like 2 drops of reverse osmosis distilled water into it, it opens up the flavors.
Yeah, the hemlock leaf lock.
Hemlock leaf lock water. When you get a product as dynamic as this with casks from 6 different continents, you want it to be a lower proof. That way you can exemplify all those flavors from all those different casks. If this is 100 proof, you're not going to be able to pick up every single cask like you can right now. Like, this has that type of variability to where you can sip this and you just want to keep sipping because you're like, okay, I found that note. What other note can I find? And to me, that's awesome. I'm going to go initial taste A+.
I'm down for that A+.
Okay. Any note? Any note to me is where you're getting a lot of those heavier barrels, like the more oakiness and the spiciness. So that's kind of where I'm probably going to pick up more of those bourbon, the Japanese Mizunara oak casks.
And the sherry.
And the sherry a little bit. But it's a lot of spiciness, oakiness, and like, I wouldn't even say wood sugar. The ending note is a little bit spicier, and the initial taste is very sweet.
Mm-hmm. I
like that dynamic.
Me as well, because it's not one-dimensional and it doesn't dissipate quickly. It's nice. And the viscosity is almost like not there, which is why it's so soft. For me, my ending note rating on this is an A-.
Yeah, I'll go A-. It's not very viscous, but the flavors still coat your mouth.
100%.
Like, it's not like it goes away. It's just, it's not thick going down. You can have a very full-bodied whiskey. This isn't full-bodied, but it stays with you very long. Pause. A-. Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
All right, any note? Or final rating?
Final rating. Derek, give me that countdown.
3, 2, 1.
88.
92.
88, 92, 90.
There you go.
Math. All right, everybody.
You can pick this up from Addie's, 10% off, hopefully. And isn't this like only like $39? $39.99?
Yeah, it's like $40 MSRP.
$39.99.
Yeah.
You can go pick this up, even if it's not 10% off. It's a steal. This is so well, perfectly placed in the market from a proof standpoint and a price standpoint that
Agreed.
You might as well try it.
Agreed. And it looks amazing on your collection.
It's very interesting. I do highly recommend it. So there you go. There you have it. That was our Wednesday whiskey review for Lost Irish whiskey. If you are looking to go grab this, you can pick it up at Addie's. But please remember, even though this is 80 proof, you always have to drink responsibly. Be a good person. And Michael.
Do not litter.
We're out.